Hey everybody, Hugh here. Welcome back. Well, this video is about the pot pond rejuvenation and what's going on and how I'm going about it. And we've mentioned it a couple of times in recent videos that it needs to be done because plants are growing, and I was hoping to be able to split the lily as well. Looking at the size of it there, it's not for splitting, as they say, but I will show you what I have done. There is more action happening on this side of the courtyard. As you can see, spring is blooming. Well, starting to anyway, even though we're still technically in late winter, but we'll get back around to that. The courtyard here still in shade. It is around Patrick's Day when we have our moment of sun going right around, coming right around, because it is north facing, and getting into the courtyard here. But for now, we're a shaded courtyard. We're a damp shaded courtyard, north facing, so anything we have here is bonus. You can see the little weeping willow with plenty of catkins on it now, so that's a real sign of the earlier colour that's coming. But anyway, let's talk about pot pond and what's going on, or what's going down, as they say. So there you go, there is the pot, fairly empty. What I did was I went about removing a lot of the water that you can see there with firstly the watering can, and then when we got down to it, a little glass jar there. So it just takes time and a little bit of patience to do it, but once you get down, you're just dealing with very wet, muddy soil. As I was going, I was removing a lot of the debris, like the leaves from the acer in the autumn time, some of the dead foliage from the iris, from the pond iris and the lily itself, and of course whatever else it decided to join in. In the removing of it, we do have 3 fish in the pond itself. So the goldfish, which has always been the bravest, I actually saw, and it fell into the watering can, or was scooped up with the water when I was doing the water. Can't see anything there. The shabunkin, which is the blue, if you like, goldfish, I found as I got nearer the end of the water, was sort of bedded into the mud a little bit. And the ghost goldfish, there's no sign of. So maybe it being a ghost, we vacuumed it up in the water. As I was moving it, I did go through the debris just in case I had missed it, and I didn't find it. So in the absence of not finding it, I can only either assume that it's in the water here, or else it got some wings and flew off at some stage in the cold weather. But back to pot pond. So removing this iris, there's a lot of it there. It's a fairly vigorous grower, and I cut a smaller piece out of it first, and then I realized, oh my goodness, there's a massive piece of it there. So that all got cut away. It's easy to differentiate the iris roots from the lily roots, because the lily roots are far more fleshy. Now I was hoping to take some of the lily, which basically is an aquatic, or like a water herbaceous. I was hoping to take some of the lily and be able to split it and give some to my brother, but you can see there's one big crown there and one smaller crown, so there's not much really splitting on it. So maybe next year we'll see. I did leave a little bit of the iris in there, as you can see, because that will grow as well, but I think I just wanted to give the lily far more space that's there, and we may decide to put something else inside it. For the fish to hide from whatever may appear, we do have a couple of added, very expensive, no expense spared, an investment in terracotta, a broken piece of terracotta and a brick, because you just don't know what's going to land, or if they get frights they have to be able to go and fly somewhere, or what's going to land from the sky if they try, and they have to be able to go somewhere to hide. A piece of tubing sometimes is sufficient as well, but in this particular case that's what we're using here for now. We do have the pond pump, which I've taken and cleaned out. That's a solar powered one, and so that'll sink back in as well. I have a little stone there to sit it on, so well, a little stone that's full of mud to sit on, so that'll go in there in the pond, and the pump will sit on that, just so the pump is not sitting in the water itself. I have in the past, around the layer of soil there, put some gravel on top to stop the soil actually lifting up, but now that we have the goldfish and that, they do like poking around and that, and sucking up whatever bit of soil, and you know, looking for bits of food and that type of thing. So because I don't do any editing of videos, I'm not going to be able to show you the finished one. When we do the tour of the courtyard, maybe next week. And there's head gardener smudge, having a look and seeing what's going on. Aren't you, Mrs.? Yeah, because I don't edit the videos, I do them all in one take. I won't be able to show you the finished piece, but not to worry, you'll see it next week. And once I'm putting the water back in, again, I'll do them small bits at a time of the water, as gently as I can, putting the water back in, and hopefully we'll see if the 3 fishes are there, or if there are 2. The soil will disturb, like it will lift in the pot as the water goes in, but you just let it settle back down again. And we do have a container over by the grow houses. You can't see it from here, but there is a container over there that has been collecting rainwater as well, because anxious not to use the tap water if I can at all avoid it, because it is so hard. So the softer rainwater is far better. So there you go, update for this week on pot pond